Welcome to the Myth Society, uncovering legends, gods, and ancient mysteries from around the world. Today, I'm here with Ernie O.
What's up, everybody?
Um, the topic is aliens. Ernie, can you tell us a little bit about, aliens and beyond?
So let me start by saying that I do believe in aliens, but I don't believe in the way that normally somebody would believe an alien is.
So, define, what you mean by that.
So in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an alien can be more or less.
So you don't think they're the typical, green little men, little suits?
No, I don't think that is. I don't think that's what it is at all. I
See?
actually think that it might be something more religious
Yeah.
and demonic, and that it can be seen as, how do you say it, like in the movies, how it's just your typical aliens and UFOs.
So, can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
Do you think aliens are somehow linked up to the Bible?
Yes, I do think that some of the things that has happened over the years, even especially like in the past and stuff, I feel like at the time it could, it right now in this time people are saying that it's aliens, but back then, people were more religious about it, and they were saying it's like demons or angels or stuff like that.
So,
What do you think about aliens?
Yeah.
What do you think they are?
yeah. So my take on it is that I believe so too, man. Like, there's been a lot of, mysteries on the Bible side and the alien side, but there are some, photos depicting of proof that aliens were even in the older folder. I'm sorry, the older photos, and you would see them. I can't pull it up because we don't have the equipment yet, but on some of the old photos they do have aliens, little flying saucers with like religious things, and I just think that aliens and religion is just, they got something to do with it. So yeah, I mean, I know there's three races: the reptilians, the grays, and I believe the other ones are called the whites. But yeah, man, it's pretty crazy.
I don't think, I'm not putting it past that they have this kind of like UFOs and stuff like that, technology like that, because if they were, let's say from my perspective, if the aliens are really demons, demons are beings created by God.
Yeah.
They're really smart. They got a lot of knowledge about everything and anything. And if anybody would be able to create stuff like that, it would be them.
True.
And that's why, I feel like there's a lot of evil in this world, because it's somehow mixed up with the demonic side of stuff. And, you know,
No, I know what you mean. Like, it's, you look at the world nowadays, especially like me and you were around the same age, and growing up, everything felt so magical, and now you look at the world and it's just bullcrap.
not even magical. When we were growing up, I feel like everything felt like you're in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And the older you get, the more outside the bubble you start seeing stuff in a different way, and you start to see why people do the things they do, and you start seeing how evil somebody can be. When you're a teenager, you don't really look at that kind of stuff. You're just kind of just concerned of what's happening to you in your little circle.
Yeah.
As you get older, your eyes start to open. You start to see a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happens in the world, and it's just a crazy thing that you won't know what it is until you start experiencing, start researching and start taking in different information than you would when you were younger. And
Since we are on the topic of aliens, there are some places where there's been abductions.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of the the first kind, second kind, third kind, fourth kind.
Mm-hmm.
So the first kind is it's my memory's kind of fuzzy right now, but the fourth kind is basically whenever they have full contact with you and they abduct you. The third kind I think is whenever you see them. First kind is whenever they make contact. It's like a whole process, and it's just crazy to know, to think that we live in a world like this. It's just so much mystery, man. Like that's why, we do what we do in the mid society, because we even for you guys, we would like to know y'all's opinions too. Like me and Ernie, we're open to people's opinions. Like.
Yep. It could be that. It could be, religious. Like, that's why there's some people that have said that. I forgot who it was. It was this guy on YouTube that was talking about it. He was saying how people would talk about their alien abduction stories, and as soon as they started, proclaiming to God and asking for help from God, they would snap out of it and they'd get back to where they were. And
Shit.
it was something very common in a whole bunch of people that were experiencing stuff like that. And then the people that didn't do it didn't really happen to them. And that's why this guy was saying, why is nobody making these connections? Like, it's all, how do you say, like, it's common with all these people's testimonies, but nobody's making that connection. And these researchers would say, oh, we don't want to seem crazy, we don't want to just say that kind of stuff is real, we don't want to seem like we're which is crazy to me, because it'd be easier to believe something is religious versus like aliens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you think back a couple of years back, people, you say the word alien, oh, you're crazy,
Yeah.
But now, like, dude, they literally talk about all this stuff in the news. It's in the news. It's on TikTok. Like, it's like I said. I know we don't know much about the 3-Eye Atlas, but we are aware of that. What's going on with that too? We're not gonna talk about that because we don't know too much on the topic. But yeah, it's just like it's like aliens, like new trends or something.
Which it could be aliens. I wouldn't say that. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
because we don't
completely
know.
throw it out, because that people are reporting about that. What would it be like? They said it was a meteor at first.
They said it was a meteor, but then they said they
got
lost
split up into
the three pieces.
yeah. So we'll see what happens when that shit hits. But
yeah, I know people will be posting it on TikTok. And
when did they say it's supposed to come?
I don't know, man. They keep changing the dates. They said it was supposed to be sometime in November, and now they're saying like towards the end of October. And
So it's sometime this year, though.
yeah, yes, it's sometime this year. I know that, and they did say the people that were looking at the 3-Eye Atlas said that they lost contact of it, or they lost sight of it for 19 minutes. Once it went behind, I don't remember if it was a certain planet. That's when it divided, supposedly.
Oh yeah.
Into three sections.
So they don't even know how it's split. They just know it's split.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. Remember the other day when I was telling you about that post that had that the dude was asking ChatGPT all these questions.
Oh yeah.
Apparently in that session that he was talking to ChatGPT, there's something on there, and ChatGPT said something big is supposed to happen in 2025, before the end of the year. And what if that happening, colliding with Earth or whatever, is that thing that's supposed to happen? Which is, it's crazy. It just sometimes I wish it actually just happens.
Especially,
we've had a lot of
especially since everyone knows about with the war, Russia, all stuff going on, and this is having to do with the aliens too. Because what better time than now for them to arrive? Yep. When there's chaos, everywhere. Our government, everything, it's just going crazy, man.
And that's like a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Getting into that shit, that's we can talk about that another day. But as of right now, the typical aliens, like alien movies, alien abductions, all that stuff, I feel like it's more complicated than that. You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be cool if that's what it was, and scary at the same time. But I feel like, you know, demonic beings, you know, all kinds of that kind of nature, like that's way more believable to me, and actually more terrifying than it would be if it was actually aliens. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think we're kind of almost on the same boat, you know, because I believe the same thing. Like the aliens
Mm-hmm.
back then, they try to perceive themselves as a god, you know, and that's what the fallen angels would do. You know, they try to perceive themselves as, oh, I'm the god, I'm this god. That's why you have a bunch of, you know, other gods. I'm not going against religion, but you got all these other, you know, religions saying, oh, I'm this god, and I think they were aliens. You know, you look at the, you know, the certain gods that were back then. Look at the way they looked. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it just, even the Egyptians. You know, like it's just crazy, man. You go deep down this rabbit hole. You know,
But then that's the thing too. You know, like I forgot who was making this kind of like connection, or whether it be a connection or like a whole conspiracy, different one. But like these angels that fell and came down, they still had power, and they were very intelligent beings, and they still had, you know, they had kids with these human beings.
yeah,
And so that's possibly where like all these legends of like Zeus and all, you know, these Greek mythologies,
giants.
that's probably where this shit can be coming from, low key, because, you know, these human beings would have had not normal powers, I would say. Not saying that they were powers, but like they wouldn't be humans is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I know
Like they'd be mixed, their DNA, whatever, they'd be mixed with these angelic beings, which were created way differently than we were.
But pretty much a hybrid.
And so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how you were talking about that, and why would that be like out of how do you say it? You know, that wouldn't be too crazy to believe. You know, that some beings can create that kind of person. That's where giants come from, I think, too. Like the creation of giants, or like even just the pyramids. You know, how did they build the pyramids?
Yep.
I don't think it was people or animals. There was no, you know, lugging those big old blocks up to.
Oh no, this, you know,
all the way up there.
Especially the bottom ones, man. Like
There's
those
just
have
no
to be
way.
real heavy.
There's just no way. I don't care how many years you got. Go and try and pick up these freaking heavy ass bricks.
And then you look at the architecture too, dude.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell did they do that? They can't even do that nowadays with our.
That's what I'm saying.
Now.
Even with cranes and shit, like that shit would be hard.
You know, yeah, and like that's like I said, that's a whole nother topic too. Like the Egyptians. I mean, we're gonna cover a lot of stuff, you know, but today we just wanted to ask you guys y'all's opinions, and
or just actually, you know, ask them like, what do y'all want to hear? You know, I don't know how many views is it gonna get. We're just starting off, you know, we're just getting started. But if there's anything you want to talk about, we can, you know, figure out what we're gonna
figure out what to do. Yeah,
talk about in the next video. You know, like this isn't something new that we do. We talk about shit all the time. You know, it's just now we're recording it, we're filming it, and we want to talk about it with more people and not just ourselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, bear with us while we get our legs.
Yeah, you know, we'll get better in time.
And we'll have different people too. We'll have friends, all kinds of people, you know, on this to talk about the shit that we talk about.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Thank you guys for listening to our podcast.
For giving us a chance, giving us a view. We appreciate it.
Go ahead and follow my friend's channel.
Yep.
You tell him.
I'll send him a link, and then we'll have it in the description. I don't have it set in stone yet, but we'll figure it out. Right. And that's it.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.